In this video, we're gonna talk about 4 key components that are crucial for your songwriting. Hi, good to see you. I can see you. You think I don't see that outfit's fabulous? You're wrong. I see it. I see you. If you're wearing nothing gross. If you want to be a songwriter and you just don't know where to start, let me help you with that. Because starting is the hardest part by far. I'm gonna give you the 4 key components to songwriting. The 4 very things you need in order to be able to even start songwriting. And the good news is, you probably already have them. No need to go to the store. I got you covered. Yeah. So, I want to help you out with this, but in order to do that, I have to be fully honest with myself. Because what I use for songwriting, an effect machine, MIDI technology, you need none of that, okay? None. So if we strip all of that down to the very core of the song, you will see there's 4 things that you need. Number 1, a recording device. Save yourself a lot of time and a lot of frustration by not first writing down your songs before you actually recorded it. And by songs I also mean ideas. Anything that pops up into your head, record it first. And then afterwards you can do whatever you want. You can write out a score if you want, you can write down the chords, the lyrics, but it's gonna go so much faster and so much easier if you just record it. Because if you write it down, what's gonna happen is the second time you want to sing it again, you're not gonna quite catch the melody, the rhythm, and you're gonna end up with a different song that initially popped up into your head. And that is the idea you want to capture. So how do you do that? Every phone these days comes with a voice memo app. So just use that, but immediately title every idea you get. Because if you don't, speaking from experience, you're gonna punch yourself in the face later if you don't. Okay, so another thing to keep in mind with this is save your ideas in 2 locations. This is 4, but save it in 2 locations. Because if your computer crashes and all your songs are on there, that is very painful. You don't want that. Or imagine all your ideas are on your phone and then your phone gets stolen. And if you didn't have a backup, you're screwed. So the second thing you need in order to write a song is inspiration. You might be a lizard on a rock right now, not having any clue what to write about. But there are actually ways to train this. The first way is association. Without a doubt, I'm gonna talk about association more in future videos, so stay tuned for that. But a tip I can already give you is write down any topic you can think of, like supernatural, love. And start from there, start making a little story. Hi there, sorry for the change in video, but I was editing this video and I realized that I expressed myself wrongly. What I meant to say was not write a little story. It was actually to look for different nuances within the topic that you choose. And that will actually help you to stay inspired, write more songs, and not experience writer's block as quickly, because you might feel like you also run out of topics. And that's what I'm gonna help you with. So let's say you decide to write a song about jealousy. There's actually different nuances in jealousy. For example, you can be jealous of someone can be jealous of you. That is plain old jealousy, but you can go deeper into that subject. For example, you can be jealous of someone thinking like, oh, I wish I was like you are so amazing. Or you can be jealous at someone like, you don't even deserve that, I deserve that. So let's say you want to write a song about jealousy because you caught your boyfriend cheating on you. That does not mean you have to use the specific word jealousy in your lyrics. You can actually hint to it through association, like jealousy is often associated with the color green. For example, you could say something in your lyrics like, you thought the grass would be greener on the other side. You thought I might let some things slide. I colored our relationship green because unfortunately some things cannot be unseen. If that would be your lyric, you would say like, you thought a life with someone else would be better than with me. You thought that I would accept your apologies and move on. I colored our relationship green, like I cannot forget this. I'm always haunted by this jealousy, this potential of you cheating on me again, you know? Some things can never be unseen. So that is also something you can do. Association is a possibility, and also different nuances. Like you can be jealous of someone can be jealous of you, but you can also be jealous of yourself. Like sort of nostalgia, looking back on who you were and as a kid, for example, and realizing like, oh, life was so good, being so innocent and ignorant, I guess. You could also be jealous of yourself in a way where you're like, I wanted to become this person and I'm jealous of what I've never become. So those are little nuances within a song topic. I hope that helps. On with the video. Let's take love as an example. Love is such a broad topic, and there's actually so much you can discuss in the subject of love. There's like having a crush, forbidden love, breakup, unattainable love, a far distant relationship. I don't speak English. I'm so sorry. Loving yourself, being a boss ass bitch. So that way you'll find different topics to sing about. I actually had a period in which I couldn't stop writing love songs, and like now I'm kind of at peace with that, because like love is a very broad subject. There's so much to discuss in that. Another great way to stay inspired, and you can thank me later, is watching TV. I get such cool song ideas from just watching TV. Obviously, you don't want to go, look, I am your father. For me, English is not my native language, and on TV I heard someone saying, oh, so I was just collateral damage. And I was like, that's such a cool phrase. So then in my head, I started like, never do you wrong, but I guess I'll manage to be a little girl who does collateral damage. So if you think of it as day, that I won't hurt another fly, then baby, I think there's something you don't know. I'll never do you wrong, but I guess I'll manage to be a little girl who does collateral damage. You can also get great ideas from reading books. Those who've been on my channel for a while probably know a song called I Miss You, and that's actually based on a book I read. Like, a girl had a fight with her parents. She went to see a movie with her friends. She came back home and her house completely burned down. Parents were gone. Every memory she ever had of them was burned away. And I believe that time won't heal my tears and heartache. They're not to blame, 'cause fire burns, don't care, it hurts until I burst into flame. And so I wrote that song about that story. It was such a painful story to read, but that's like, books actually make your creativity in your mind work, in my opinion. Because like with a movie, you see what's happening. With a book, you create scenes, you create characters in your head. You see it like it is a movie. Have you ever read a book and then saw the movie and then kind of felt like that fantasy world got destroyed? That's because you made your own. And then the movie interfered with that. Show you a character that in your head was created differently. So that's how books can make you like inspired, I guess. Something else you can do is write out your dreams. If you have a very vivid dream, like, oh my god, it seems so real, write it down. Like, perhaps you can get a great story out of that for a song. Another great way to stay inspired is listening to music, and don't take anyone's songs. Let that be clear. And also don't stay in your same like little square listening to a certain artist all the time. Listen to different types of music. Try to analyze it, like, what do I like in this song? wow, I really love this song. What is it they are doing that makes me fall in love with it so much? Maybe it's a certain rhythmic pattern. Maybe it's a certain chord progression. Start being aware of things in music that you like and why you like it. You need to sort of wake up in here. Like, don't listen passively, start being more active, noticing things, you know? The third thing you need for songwriting, and very important, is vocabulary. And there are two nuances in this. The first one is if you're not a native speaker of the language you sing in. Like for me, English is not my native language. We learn it in school. We can sort of speak it, but my vocabulary won't be as broad as someone who is, for example, born in England, born in America. For me, my native language is Dutch, because I'm from Belgium. But I write songs in English because for me, that language is closer to my heart. I like it more, a lot more. However, that can sometimes complicate my writing process, because I don't know all the fancy schmancy words. And then the second nuance to that is, even as a native speaker, you can have limited vocabulary. You don't know all the words. Try not always to use the same words, the same phrases. When writing a song, look up synonyms. Synonyms? Yeah. For the words you want to use. For example, and I have a little list. You can say, I love you. You can also say, I adore you. You complete me. You're the final piece of my puzzle. Ugh, cringy. You make my heart beat. We're mac and cheese. I was lost until you. You are my favorite waste of time. So again, books, movies and other songs can make you discover different phrases and words you wouldn't have heard before. Also, when you need one more word to rhyme in order to finish a verse, try using something like rhymezone.com, where you type in the word you need to rhyme with, and then you're gonna see words that have like a nice ring to it, but you don't know what they mean. So then you're gonna look up what they mean and you're gonna go like, oh really? That's so cool. That's different. I'm gonna do that instead of using the plain word that everyone uses, that is a big fat cliche. I'm sorry for fat shaming cliches. So the fourth and final thing you need in order to start your songwriting process is creativity. Now, if you think you lack creativity or you're just not a creative person to write a song, okay, let me grab one of my earlier works, okay? This is like a file with all old songs. So let me just read one of those to you, okay? This is so shameful. Please don't laugh at me. Okay, so I'm gonna sing something for you, okay? For a comedic purpose. This is actually the first song I ever wrote, and I wrote it in Dutch, but it's just as cringy in English. So here's a quick translation. Moving with your toes, you don't do it with your legs, you do it with your toes. I love you. Moving with your toes, you don't do it with your legs, you do it with your toes. Don't leave me in the cold. And now, here comes the real good part. When I see you, you put me on fire, man. Come put me out, cause I feel like a frying pan. Moving with your toes, you don't do it with your legs, do it with your toes. I love you. In my defense, I was like 10 years old when I wrote that, but still, okay. So a few years later, I wrote this, which isn't much better. I don't want to believe in love. I don't want to believe in hate. I don't even want to believe in all the troubles that I've made. If you just could feel what I can feel, you'd stand up and fly. 'Cause this love is real. And it's alright. And I just want to hold you tight. It's, yeah. There's hope for you. I told myself never to share that, but you see, this is what I started with. There's hope for you. You can do this. Your first songs are gonna sound like actual shit. So be prepared for that. And that's okay. We all have shitty songs. May they rest in peace. I mean, peace, so not the vegetable. Okay. So those were the 4 things that you need in order to write the songs. A recording device, inspiration, vocabulary, and creativity. Now remember, the best way to learn is by repetition. Write, 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 write. And that's how you get better. I like to sort of quote Sean Cannell on this. The first songs are your worst songs. The more you write, the better you're gonna get. If you like this video and you have any question whatsoever about songwriting or editing or whatever, leave it in the comments down below and I can do a video on it. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I mainly do covers, original songs, songwriting tutorials. This is the first one actually. And behind the scenes videos like my writing process, stuff like that. If that's something that interests you, stay tuned. This video over here is one of my original songs. This video is what YouTube thinks you will want to watch. So you can click either one of them to move on.